We start off chapter 1 by talking about such an amazing concept. God knows you and He holds you. Psalm 139, which we quote in length in the book, tells us about how much detail God knows about our lives. When we sit down, when we rise up, what we think, what our path is, on and on it goes. Because He knows us so intimately and loves us so deeply that we read about it in Scripture from the life of David. Now, David didn't have an easy life. We talk about a few things that we know from David's life that would have been pretty tough situations. Like he ran for his life when Saul was after him. He didn't always get along with his wife, Michal. One child died when the child was just days old. His son tried to overthrow him, and then his son died. These are not easy situations to go through, but throughout all that, David trusted in God's love and care and His plan for his life. Now, Lee is a pastor, and he has a lot of people come into his office each week to talk about what's going on in their lives. And so he has seen some real suffering from people going through divorces, people going through job loss, people going through the death of a spouse. These people come into his office and he sees two responses. Either they turn to God or they turn away. And we just want to encourage you through this chapter to just look at yourself, look at your actions up to this point and try to think, am I turning away from God? Am I turning into myself? Am I getting too focused on my circumstances? Am I overeating? Am I not exercising? Am I not taking good care of myself and my family? Or am I looking at God? Am I trusting in Him? Am I digging deeper in to the Scriptures? Am I spending even more time in prayer? Am I going to church and connecting with people who I know care about me and care about our family? These are really the two options that we have. We also talk in this chapter about how God holds us in the storms, like He held Peter as Peter walked on water. We talk about that cliche you might have heard that you probably didn't like hearing, that God will not give you more than you can handle. We learn that that's really just not true. God often gives people more than they can handle, but it's nothing that they can't handle with His help and His grace. And that's where we want to leave you today, focusing on His love, His grace, and continuing to be in His grip.